Hey, everybody, it's the Dynamite Show. Paul Fontaine, Jeff Hawkins, Vatek, right? Virginia or UV? Is it UV?
UVA.
Okay.
Virginia
UV
Tech is where Hangman went.
Gotcha. UVA alumnus, Jeff Hawkins here on the Dynamite Show.
Woo!
For those on video, not on video, Jeff is sporting his Vatek or UVOD.
Virginia hat and my former jersey. So, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so we're here. It's the 6th anniversary of AEW Dynamite. They debuted October 1st, 2019. It is now October 1st, 2025. And thank you to everyone who's watching and listening on the Fight Game Media free audio feed, of course, on Thursday morning. So Jeff, we had promised something that we will deliver now, which is the AEW, I guess what would we call it, like a report card? Or a progress report?
Let's go back to the yearbook. How about that? It's
Okay.
an AEW yearbook. We're looking back and we thought, oh, these kids had such potential.
Yeah. So we're gonna look at the AEW roster on October 1st, 2019, and try to determine who is, what is it, like better off now, better positioned, feels like a bigger star.
I believe my narrow focus was going to be who's a bigger star in AEW or who's because a lot of these people have left or they're no longer with the company. But I mean, I think my exact wording was who's better off in AEW right now than they were 6 years ago.
Okay, so we're only going to look at people who were there and are still there.
Correct.
Okay. And that's fair because there's people like, it's hard to judge. Like you look at somebody like a Joey Janela, for instance, who I would argue AEW helped him a lot because it gave him a national name. And then he turned that into making GCW into a bit of a bigger thing. And he's probably a bigger star in the indies now than he would have been if he hadn't been in AEW.
I would agree. Yeah.
And then you got people like, obviously Cody was greatly helped by being in AEW. WWE took advantage of that, and we'll look at a few more, and then obviously I think there is this list I've got here. It had 82 people on it. If I'm not, no, 65. Okay, that's not bad. I think I looked at one that had 65. So yes, but then again, a lot of these people aren't here, and some of them are not even like wrestlers and stuff. There's names.
I'll go through the people that are still with the company and
okay,
because I'm fairly attuned to who is still signed and who is
because
not.
People are I promise this, and I think we're going to clip this and put it up as a separate segment because people that don't even necessarily listen to the show want to hear what we have to say about this. So
so I'm skipping Alex Abrahantes and Alex Marvez. They're both broadcasters. It doesn't matter if they're better off now than they were 6 years ago. They're still getting a check. And Helico.
I'd say pretty much the same, maybe slightly less.
I'd say less because I thought TH2 was a pretty overact for a while.
Actually, and they were on pay-per-view. You'll remember,
not as big as it could have been, in my opinion. I'll get to that in a moment. Billy Gunn still with the company.
You know what? He's in a better place, I would say.
Not as big as he was in WWE, I would say. So it's one of those things where it's like, push.
Well, are you talking WWE like in 2018 or WWE in like 2003?
I would say, okay, in 2019, was he better off in AEW than he would have been in WWE? Possibly.
Okay,
I'll give this one. He doesn't matter. He's not in the ring that much. I don't care.
True, but I mean, like 21, 22, like he was pretty hot.
Okay. I'll grant you that. Brandon Cutler.
It's the same kind of, right?
Jericho.
That's an interesting one. Less. I mean, he's older.
Less.
Yeah. I mean, but I mean, they got more out of him than I thought they would. I'll say that.
Okay, but that's not what I'm asking. He's not better off now.
Right now. Yeah.
Christopher Daniels, better off now.
Definitely not.
No.
Yeah.
Chuck Taylor's retired, so he doesn't count. Darby Allin.
Way better.
Yes.
Way better. Probably their biggest success story, maybe.
Britt Baker.
Worse.
Worse.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting one. Dustin Rhodes.
Bigger, I think.
I agree with you. I think he has that almost revered legend status
Yeah.
that he didn't quite have when he was first there, and he was just kind of an old guy getting a check. Emi Sakura?
That's a tough one. Probably neutral, maybe.
Neutral. I would say that too. She's not wearing a fake mustache anymore, so that's a good thing. Evil Uno.
Okay, I'm trying to think back
Same.
to the very beginning. Yeah,
same.
probably the same. Maybe slightly less, because you got to remember they were mixing it up with the Elite.
And Dark Order was a big deal when they debuted, even though we hated the debut with the human machine of thrones and stuff like that.
And even up until like Brody Lee came in, like they and then Brody Lee kind of took them to another level. So I would definitely say down.
Okay, Excalibur doesn't count. Not with the company. Hangman Adam Page.
Who's Golden Boy?
Golden Boy was somebody they brought in. He was a radio guy. I believe he also spoke Spanish. So they were going to bring him into Hangman Adam Page.
I would say he's improved for sure.
His position has improved more. I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things where that Elite crew was hot, the hottest thing in wrestling.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting when we get to the Bucks.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's the face of the company almost now. Like I would say he's slightly ahead. Yeah.
Hikaru Shida.
Definitely ahead.
In 2018? Oh, yeah. I think she was hot when she came in, and they kind of cooled her off a bit.
Really? Okay, because I remember like not knowing who she was, and then like if you were comparing it to like 21.
You're right. You're right. I will. Isaiah Cassidy.
Well, right now,
no.
I mean, they got killed by the Hurt Syndicate. Like just destroyed.
Here's my footnote. Jack Evans should have been the number 2 heel in this company. And
I know.
Mike time.
That. Yeah.
Jim Ross.
Well, no. I mean, but
I know broadcaster doesn't count.
Although he is doing now what he should have been doing the whole time, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Havoc and Janela aren't there. John Moxley. There's an interesting one.
Well, I'd say he's improved his stock. Like, it's hard to say, but over Dean Ambrose, yeah, for sure.
Maybe, but over his debut in AEW?
It's hard to say. Like, I mean, he's still like me at worst, he's neutral.
Okay. He's an interesting case study. That's the one that I have here that I go, I don't really know, but I mean, he's never dipped. He's never had to go back down to the mid card and then build himself back.
Not even close. Not even close. Yeah, he's always in the main event mix, even when he's not feuding for the title.
Jungle Boy.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely higher up, but probably not as high as he should be, if that makes sense.
I don't think he's as popular as he was when they first debuted him.
Really? Okay. I mean, I'm not going to fight too hard on that. I mean, you got to remember, like when he started that first year, did he have the gimmick where he was like 0-18? But then he wrestled like Chris Jericho when he was the world champion, and he went like 10 minutes with him. Like if he was to go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say that the boy and his dinosaur.
Yeah, it was a cool gimmick.
Was an over act. And it was when Marco Stunt had his best run because he was coming hot off the indies as being kind of I'd say an attraction in some ways. Kenny Omega.
Down for sure.
Down. I agree. Yeah. Kip Sabian.
Up. I think.
I'm going push here. Okay. I don't know. He's had so many stops and starts, and
it's hard to say because I mean I say up, but if it's up, it's a very slightly up. I mean, at least at least he talks now. Like I don't think he even. It's hard to say because he had some feuds. Like I remember he had that feud with Joey Janela. He had the feud with Jimmy Havoc,
Rusev or Miro.
Well, that was
Luchasaurus.
Down, I think.
Mark Quinn.
I mean, same as Isaiah Cassidy.
Let's do them together here because this is where they come up. Matt and Nick Jackson.
Way down.
I'm gonna say down as well. They were the hottest act in wrestling coming in.
Yeah, like they were like real life famous, and I think like they should be a lot bigger than they are. Like I'm sure like they're still the best tag team in the world, probably. But I mean they're not. They promised that they were going to be focused. That tag team wrestling was gonna be, you know, main eventing pay-per-views and everything, and it just never happened. And I think part of it is because of their own booking of themselves.
I agree. I thought I've always said the biggest mistake this company made is they didn't build all the elite immediately.
But even like today, you look at today. I mean, they got this stupid angle going on right now where, you know, like it's all about like this money that they've got and they're blowing their money and they got to pay for pyro and they got to pay for entrances. Like this makes no sense. Like I asked a question on Twitter, like, why does the talent have to pay for their ring entrances? In storyline, are you telling me that Tony Khan is sabotaging his own show just because he's mad at the Bucks? Like, yeah, it's just dumb.
Michael Nakazawa doesn't count. MJF.
He's out for sure, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was mostly indie guy. And now I think, I mean, he's to the point where he's almost topped out at AEW.
He's almost bigger than this company at this point.
Yes.
Like he's getting into like Rock territory in 2001, except like not at that level, but by scale at that level. You know, does that make sense? You know what I mean?
Yes. No.
Yeah.
I mean, he's booking major movie roles and stuff like that. He's going to be bigger than this company eventually.
And he's going to be around for like 3 or 4 months a year at some point, and probably not that far away.
Nyla Rose.
Unfortunately down. Like that's such a waste that they don't use her more. Yeah.
Orange Cassidy.
Up for sure, right?
Up. Way up.
Yeah. Him and Darby are the two.
Yes, and MJF. MJF's a success story too.
Yeah, the difference with MJF is we all knew it. I'm not sure we knew it was going to happen with Darby and OC.
Ortiz.
I mean, way down.
I think he's still around.
He is. Yeah, I mean, he's still under contract. Yeah, I mean, because he was part of the main event act at that time, so he's definitely down. Down slightly.
I'm going to say down because I believe, but it's also slightly incomplete because he can never stay healthy. So
right. But I mean, you got to remember, he was a main eventer.
Yes.
And now he's not. So,
I would agree. Here's an interesting one.
Penelope.
Penelope was such a, almost like that Zelina Vega run at first, where it's like she would just do the one spot on the guy. During Andrade's match, and she did that, like she did the Hurricane off the ladder during that Hangman Joey Janela match, and it was awesome. And I forgot what show that was, but then she started wrestling weekly, and I would say slightly down since becoming a regular attraction. Although I still do like her a lot.
Yeah, slightly down, but not like she's still, like if we saw more of her, we might say up. Like it's close.
Yeah, I mean, she's improved in the ring. It's just she's not as much of an attraction. Riho.
Down. Yeah. I mean, she was the world champion.
Shout out to Sadie Gibbs. Sammy Guevara.
Down. I mean, he was a main event act. Yeah. He's a pillar that everyone loves. So, but again, another one that's completely underutilized in my opinion.
I would agree too. Scorpio Sky.
Down. I mean,
SCU was over when they came when AEW started. Yeah. Not with the company. Shout out to Tully Blanchard being on this list.
Oh my God.
Trent.
I mean, down, I guess. I'll put the question mark just like his name there.
I will say way down because he gave up the heavyweight push in New Japan to take this gig, and it's nowhere. And personal favorite Yuka Sakazaki.
I mean, neutral, I guess. Like
neutral, very neutral.
There's one key name you forgot.
Who did I forget? Shazza McKenzie.
No. Tony Khan. I'd say he's improved. Like he's a bigger star now than he was 6 years ago.
I'd say he's improved because he knows he shouldn't be on TV that much.
Look at that baby face that he's got there, eh?
Like he's aged 20 years.
Yeah.
CM Punk aged that fool.
Yeah, baby. Coca-Cola. All that Coca-Cola that he drinks.
Is he a big Coca-Cola guy? I didn't know that.
Coca-Cola. Yeah, he loves Coca-Cola.
You're
right?
stumbling over Coca-Cola.
Red Top. No, Red Bull. Red Bull.
Okay,
Red Bull and White Claws is what I heard that he really likes.
Oh God, he likes chick drinks and caffeine mixed with gasoline, pretty much.
Does that surprise you?
No.
There's a couple names in here that aren't with the company anymore that like are interesting though, like Santana.
Santana. I think. See, as much as people liked LAX or Proud and Powerful in there, I think he's better off now as TNA top liner.
Big time. He gambled on himself, as they like to say.
Pentagon is much bigger now, but Ray Phoenix is down.
Way down. Yeah. And Sean Spears is the same. Every time he shows up on my TV, I'm like, can I change the channel, please?
Cody is, of course, Cody.
Yeah. Kazarian is down.
But it's weird because he always was kind of like that third guy in SCU. So, I mean,
he's like the TNA.
He's solid. He's the solid work guy. I mean,
yeah, I guess.
But I will say, like when he and Daniels were on the Indies.
Oh yeah,
the Appletini gimmick. It was starting. I mean, it was pretty big time stuff in terms of being an attraction.
And AEW as a whole, I would say, is probably less hot now than they were on October 1st, 2019. Mm-hmm. And it's not just because WWE got hot. It is. They lost something. I mean, you know what? No, it's not even that. It's, you know what? They started out as the alternative and now they're established. And part of their appeal was that they were an alternative and now they're an established brand. So,
well, and also week to week, at least to me, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get 20-minute matches that are pretty good. Rushed angles at times and no real emotional resonance. I should
focus on some comments here because I was reading the thing. So we got Fernando pointed out Jericho's past his prime, of course. Moxley is neutral. This is from Curryhead.
Oh shit! I missed your joke, and I now I'm realizing what
I forgot what it was. What was it?
The Coke.
Oh yeah. Jungle Boy is a step higher since 2019. MJF and Darby topped off. Jungle Boy lost his prospect sheen. Yeah, so like Jungle Boy went from like your hot prospect to just like a solid utility guy. You know, like he's a guy that you thought was going to be your cleanup hitter, and now he's like batting eighth and playing backup short. Pac is 2 steps down. Curry had said. And he thinks Trent is a push. And would you say the majority of people that started with companies remain the same with the exception of 5 or 6 that elevated themselves? Well, I mean, we just went through it. I'd say maybe 3 or 4 that elevated themselves.
Yes.
And they've either remained the same or gone down. The thing is most of the people that have been pushed in the company are people that came from the outside. Did you see somebody pointed out that the Hangman Fletcher main event was the first time that there was a main event on a pay-per-view in AEW that a main event world title match that didn't feature one person that was either a champion in WWE or New Japan. The first time that ever happened. And I assume they mean singles because Kyle Fletcher had won tag team titles in New Japan, I believe. And
no, I think they meant singles. That's a positive.
It is a positive, but it is also jarring that it took 6 years.
But not surprising.
Not surprising, no. But if you look at it, like you look at people.
Wait, hold on. We're counting that Pillars match as not the main event of that show?
No, main event singles world title match.
Okay, main event singles world title. Gotcha.
Yeah. Because what was that? MJF, Darby, Sammy, and that was the first world title match that didn't involve someone that had been in WWE, I think.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken at the time. So that was our AEW report card.
Its weaknesses are still its weaknesses to me, at least.
So we had a 6-year anniversary show today, and I was wondering what they would do. And what I was hoping for that I knew wasn't going to happen, which so if I'm hoping for it, that's on me. But I was hoping that we would see, coming in and out of every break, like, oh, hey, this is what happened on October 1st, 2019. Oh, this is what happened on January 3rd, 2020, and go on, so on and so on. And we get like these highlights coming in and out of breaks, 30 seconds, different things. We got none of that. We did get a, what was it?
Highlight
video package. Yeah. Which was really good, I thought.
No, it was really good, and it should have started this show.
Yeah.
I am almost livid at how they started this show.
What did you think that the crowd, what did you think the crowd was tonight, like in terms of numbers?
2,000.
That's what it looked like. And I made the comment that it sounded like there was more people, but when you looked at it, it looked, because it was so dark and it just looked like this building was empty. It was 3,650.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I was shocked. Like, I'm shocked when I saw that, like, because it did not look like that. It certainly sounded like that, but it looked like a small building that wasn't even full. And clearly that wasn't the case. So good for them.
It's your 6th anniversary show.
Yeah.
Not really a milestone anniversary. I don't know what the gift is. I'm not married and I've never been close. So you can tell me what's the gift on the 6th anniversary. Do you know?
No. There may not be one. They may go from 5 to 10. That's
also possibly true. Yeah. But we start with the wacky adventures of the Young Bucks and their money.
Yep.
No, you start with your highlight package because you've hyped this up as an anniversary show.
What pissed me off even more was they were doing some fun stuff with this, like trying to pay off the ref and paying off the production people to give them a better entrance, blah, blah, blah. And, and you also had, as you said, the Chekhov's bag of money that was always going to be there that they could use as a weapon, or the money could get thrown in the crowd or whatever. And they just blew it off in one segment. Matt went to the casino and lost all the money. That was it.
Playing slots.
The
worst odds in the casino. Almost.
But that's the gimmick, okay? He's an idiot. Like, that part is okay. It's just blowing off this angle for no reason. It was dumb. And then they of course, they get their cry on that says broke bucks and account balance 0 on the thing. So apparently, like, it's not just the prize money that they've lost, but they've lost everything they've ever earned in 6 years. All that Hot Topics t-shirt money's out the window. Yeah. They're definitely down.
Because he wanted to play Golden Panda.
But this did lead into a match, and probably maybe the best match on the show. I don't know. I mean, it might have been Fletcher match. I don't know. You know what, though? That match was crap. I didn't like the finish. But it was Kenny Omega. By the way, Kenny Omega returning from injury. Kenny Omega was put out a month ago, with a brain buster from the top rope through a table by Kyle Fletcher.
Correct.
And at the time, when he comes back, we're going to set up a big match between Kenny Omega and Kyle Fletcher. A year and a half ago, when he was in Winnipeg, he got put out by Kazuchika Okada. Oh yeah, well, when he comes back, they're going to set up a big match with Kazuchika Okada, and of course he came back and they hugged, and it's okay, we're good. And then he turned on him, and the heat was all about then. But here, no. And I said when he came back, if Winnipeg was any indication, when he comes back, he's not even going to care. And didn't say a word about Kyle Fletcher, did he?
No.
So he's back.
That's all right. I got a text during this match. There's 6 guys doing the Macarena at half speed. What is this?
The Macarena, which came into prominence in 1996.
Yes.
Dave Meltzer was commenting about how the over 50 audience has been a lot bigger lately. I wonder why. Yes, the Macarena. Garrett made the astute point that I had actually thought of, that perhaps the people that were there in 2019 are aging out of the key demo. I don't think it's a joke. Like,
I don't either.
If you were 25 when WCW went down, you're turning 50 this year.
Yes.
So, you're aging out. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so it was Brodido and Kenny Omega against Don Callis family member Josh Alexander and the Young Bucks. Callis was on commentary, and he was very complimentary towards the Young Bucks. He's almost talking like they're part of his family. And I mean, they've been in and out, like that. They, at one point they were teasing joining, but then I think they kind of said no. And God, they'll probably just add them now with all the people are adding this family. Why the hell not? But no, so they had a match. It was fun. It was a big party match.
Hold on, Paul. Are you saying there's not a stringent screening process for the Callis family membership? How dare you, sir?
Poor Josh Alexander. I mean, what is he now? 7th, 8th on the priority list for that family? And you think I'm joking, but wait till
it's a joke only personal to me. What is harder, joining the Don Callis family or that first improv theater I auditioned for, where it's like, if the check clears, you're in?
Yeah. Yeah. Going to like wrestling school. Yeah. Pay the $1,500 and you're in.
Yes.
Yeah. If you sign over 50% of your paycheck to Don Callis,
you get the Don Callis family t-shirt. Yeah. You get a sticker for your MacBook.
And you get to pose with the family, but you have to be behind Kyle and Takeshita and Okada.
You get a Polaroid with a cardboard cutout of Don Callis. Real Don Callis may never show. And
you get a replica of his painting. So they did all their fun moves, and there are different stuff. Of course, as you said, they did the Macarena, and Kenny's Macarena, something to be desired. There's a lot of pile drivers and flips and Terminator dives and finishing spot. Bucks were trying to hit a TK driver on Omega, but Brody King popped Nick up midair with a hard forearm. Then Omega dished out Snapdragon suplexes to everyone, hit Alexander with a V-trigger. The last 2 minutes of this was just Josh Alexander getting the living shit beat out of him, and took every move under the sun. Some of them he took pretty rough. And eventually Kenny hit a one-winged angel to win. But he landed badly on some of those shots. Like they were just coming fast and furious. And I don't know what he did. But Lady B asked if Canadians cannot dance. You got to come to Vegas, Lady B, and see me at the clubs. And then answer that for yourself.
No, you don't. Hide your children.
Get a couple of crown apples in me, and we'll see.
Crown apples?
Josh Alexander's the captain of the B team. No, he's the third stringer on the B team. This group is out of control. So I mean, it was a fun match. It was a party match, and at the end of it, I was trying to figure out, okay, where is this going? Because at first,
I wanted to know why Alexander was teaming with the Bucks. Why did he draw a short straw in the Callis family meeting? I needed an explanation of this.
Well, and going in, I thought, okay, we're going to set up the Bucks against Brodido and Kenny Omega against Josh Alexander. That's a match I've heard too. People. And so Kenny, everyone in this match kicked the shit out of Josh Alexander, and then Kenny hit him with like 9 finishers and beat him. So no, that we don't need to see that. And then we're not seeing the Bucks and Brodido either, because we'll get into the post match in a minute, which just rendered everything we just watched completely
baffling.
Yeah,
baffling. This post match, and the new nickname for Josh Alexander will be the Walking Wounded.
Walking Wounded, I love it. Walking Wounded. Okay, if you're going to a show, I want to hear that. So after the match, Brodido leaves Omega in the ring, and is this where he did the speech? No. Okay, no, so he's about to talk. He's about to make up with the Bucks. The Bucks are sitting there. They look like they're going to make up with him. I'm like, okay, where's this coming from? And then all of a sudden, Josh Alexander attacked him from behind.
Right.
And the Bucks just stood there. They weren't going to join in the attack, but they also weren't going to save Kenny.
Correct.
So because Kenny is being beat up one-on-one, out comes the Jurassic Express to make the save.
Right. And go ahead. Sorry.
They wandered to the ring very slowly.
All right. Now pause here.
Yes.
because everybody's singing Baltimore, Tarzan boy. Meanwhile, in the corner, Josh Alexander's just beating the crap out of Kenny Omega while everybody's singing, everybody's looking around. Here's Josh Alexander just putting the wood.
And you know what's funny? Because I almost wrote down, oh, it's very nice of Josh Alexander to pause his attack while the babyface's music played. And then I looked and he didn't. So
no,
kudos.
Everybody else is just kind of standing around like nothing's happening.
But what are the Bucks doing? The Bucks are just standing there. They're not helping. They're not joining in. So because of that, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus decided they need to save. Actually, they didn't need to save. They didn't even save Kenny. No, they went after the Bucks, who were literally doing nothing. Right. So you get in there. He went after the Bucks, and then Omega made his own comeback. Then he starts getting into Jack Perry, and Jack Perry's yelling at him. And all of a sudden, I'm like, "Who's the babyface here?" Like, I don't know. Like, I think the Jungle Boy and his buddy are supposed to be baby faces, but they're sure not acting like baby faces.
And here comes Excalibur trying to save this by saying, hey, remember back when Jungle Boy was a heel and they had beef with each other? And you're just like, how about you have them tell me all that on promos or have something in the corner showing me that.
And I was told that Jack Perry is definitely going to give an explanation for why he's mad at the Bucks on this show.
I
didn't get that. I did not get that. In fact, I think someone said, "I'll eat my shorts." I got to go back and find the quote. And who I'm talking about is Larry, by the way. Lady B just popped. So anyways, Perry ends up shoving Omega out of the way, takes out the Bucks with a dive, and then him and Luchasaurus fought to the back with them. So now we're left. I don't know what happened to Josh Alexander. He just disappeared. And we're left with Kenny Omega in the ring, and he's got a microphone, and he does a nice little speech about 6 years and highs and lows, blah, 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 blah. It was, you know what, the funny thing is if you look at the words he said, it sounds great, but the delivery was not there.
You know how people complain that Okada's doing half-assed work in the ring? Kenny's doing half-assed work on the stick.
Yeah. And the fans kind of sensed it, I think. Like they didn't really react well to him, and that wasn't the only promo they didn't react to tonight. We'll get to. But so he does his thing. They did pop for his catchphrase, and they did it, the goodbye and good night, which I'm surprised anybody remembers because he's done it like 5 times in 6 years, I think. But then the lights go out. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are we getting Hook? That's what
Sabu?
Like, well, no, it's not Sabu, obviously, but the last few times the lights have gone out, it's always been a Hook. And I'm like,
yes. Oh, that's
my
right.
first thought was Hook doesn't fit here. And then my second thought was neither did anything else that just happened in the last 5 minutes. So,
God,
but then
Hook would have been the cherry on the shit sundae of this thing.
So then the lights come back on, and there's a person behind Kenny with a mask on and long blondish hair. And at first I thought it was Wardlow, but I know it can't be Wardlow. And then he takes off his mask, and I still didn't know who it was at first until they told me it was Andrade. I did not recognize Andrade.
As soon as he did the thing with his hands and the thing in the back, I go, okay, now I know who it is.
But it didn't look like Andrade. His hair was different. It was like he's got blonde tints in it. It's super long, and this dude is yoked.
Those Randy Orton vitamins are working, man. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
If he got fired for a wellness violation, I believe it.
He looked every bit as big as Wardlow. He's not as tall, obviously, but this dude was jacked.
He is thick.
Yeah. So of course he attacks Kenny and lays him out, and then Don Callis comes in the ring, extends his hand, and he's in the Don Callis family, and I'm like, okay, well, they got enough. And I was like, no, apparently they don't, which we'll find out later.
This reminds me of that last Mission Impossible couple of movies where they just start recruiting pickpockets because they're around and stuff like that. It's like, really? This is a world-class force? Okay, let's see what well, still not even the worst recruit of the Don Callis family of the night. I love Andrade if he can do a couple of snarky promos, I'm here for it.
Yeah. Least point. Kenny is like an AEW title. Everyone just wants to see him wrestle. That's the praise. Okay. Well, I'll deal with that. Josh Alexander has a grudge with Hangman because of the Kenny attack. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And so did they. So that was that. So then we got the highlight video. And like I said, the highlight video was good. I didn't catch everyone that was in it, but I did notice a brief glimpse of CM Punk in Sting face paint.
Yes.
Which I'm not even sure if it was supposed to make the video. Because I didn't see Cody. I don't know if you did.
No, I don't remember Cody being in there, but I think that was probably an edict from on high not to put Cody in there.
But I mean, to pretend that those two guys didn't exist is just, I don't know. I get it. WWE would do the same thing. Just kind of figure. Well, you know what? NXT wouldn't. NXT when they did this thing, they had Cole all over it. They had Joe on it. Like, they don't care. Like, but clearly AEW does. They don't like Cody. They clearly don't like Phil, except they put him in this package. I'm trying to think if there's any other glaring omissions. I don't think so. I mean, you didn't see like Janelle or anybody like that, but I mean that doesn't
Mel,
yeah. Brandy, I mean, she wasn't in it, I don't think.
No.
But I mean, Cody and Jericho was all over it. I should point out we did see Britt briefly. Well, actually, a couple times I think. So that's good. I mean, I saw people questioning, maybe we're going to see Britt because it's the 6th anniversary. It's like, God, if she wasn't in Pittsburgh, we're not seeing her anytime soon. Yeah. So, we did see Britt. So yeah, it was a cool video package though. We saw Brody. There was a lot. Like, I mean, it did, like, it was long. Like, what, 3.5 minutes maybe?
Yeah.
Like it was good. And again, like, I love this. Like you said, it should have kicked off the show.
I would have liked videos throughout the night.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
A little Brody Lee thing here and there. That would have been nice.
And stuff that happened on Dynamite. Sting's debut.
Yes.
Like stuff like that. The
FDR's debut, which was really good, I thought.
The Inner Circle implosion. The formation of the Pinnacle. Stuff like that. The Firm. Yeah. God, anybody remember that? If you can come up, okay.
That lasted all of a week. It was Big Bill, or as W. Morrissey.
Yeah.
Stokely.
Yeah.
Lee Moriarty.
I think Austin Gunn. Colton was in there too.
I believe
might have just been one of the Guns.
No, I think it was both Guns.
Okay. Austin.
And then the I forgot who the lead character in the Firm was gonna be, because MJF.
Like they were affiliated with MJF, I believe.
Yes, and then he immediately cut a promo where he goes, "I'm not affiliated with them."
And then when he came back after being gone for like 6 months, he hired them as minions, like, to help him get his belt back. Remember?
Yeah. Who am I missing? Let's see. It is. Wait, we could have the House of Black. We could put them in there too. Jade
I don't think we saw.
Ethan Page, I believe was.
No.
No.
We could have saw the Dan Lambert stuff and Page. Did we see Shaq? I don't think so.
No, we did not.
And no Jade. Correct. Yeah, and I mean, these are like big parts of the show, but I get it, I guess. Yeah, and those are pretty much the glaring omissions. But again, they showed a lot of really good stuff, and it was a lot of fun. But again, I would have liked to have seen some things, but we didn't, because we, I mean, you know what,
we kind of glossed over Andrade coming back, and the thing about him is, he can be difficult backstage, but he'll do business in the ring. Because I remember on his way out, didn't he burn himself really bad in that Cody match?
We got a super chat here. Plethora wants to know, will Jeff and Paul make the jump and review NXT TNA Invasion next week? I don't think I'm going to have time to watch it. Unless we do the show on Wednesday at our regular time, and then we do watch both and kind of compare. I mean, we could,
Who from TNA wins? That's all you need to think about.
I think the Hardys.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, and maybe the men's team. We also got this. I meant, sorry. Andre's Gaming said we're the best AEW podcast in the biz. Thank you. That came earlier, so that's cool. It. We try to be. So maybe I'm not going to commit to anything. We'll talk, because we also do have to do that bonus show, and we kind of decided what the show's going to be. We just have to figure out when we're going to do it. But and then we'll talk about it at the end of the show. But I'm also doing an extra podcast this week, but I do, like, I'll be honest. That is true. It is called Showdown, not Invasion. I mean, at this point, I'm definitely looking more forward to the NXT show, because AEW really hasn't given me anything to look forward to. I'm curious about Mercedes' mystery opponent, I guess.
So it's in Florida.
Yeah, and she said it's a local.
Daly's place.
But she said it's like somebody from Florida is what she says.
Well, it's a local who's there.
The only person on their roster that is listed as being from Florida is Red Velvet, but I don't think it's her. She's injured, I think. Yeah. So I mean, it could be a debut.
I'll give you a name from AEW's past. That could be.
Who's that?
B. Priestley.
Oh yeah, could be. Is she and Shayna?
Shayna could be, but I don't think she. I mean, that's not an AEW. I was thinking somebody like who had been in the. I think she was. Hey, I never wrestled in Daly's place. I want to wrestle who has wrestled in Daly's place.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I was like maybe Anna Jay. I don't know.
Sadie Gibbs coming back.
Anna Jay.
Anna Jay too. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So we got that. Then we get a Mark Briscoe promo, and I mean, it was fine. He talked about MJF. He, like, I guess his feud, like, they just want to keep it simmering, but even though we're not going to see MJF for a while, but he basically just said, you told me that I couldn't win the big one, and I did it. Your words got consequences. You cost me from getting a TNT title match. Supposed to be hologram. Now it's Cassidy. I'm happy for my friends. I want them to succeed. Once Cassidy wins the TNT title, I'll be celebrating with him, and you're going to be at home picking tacks out of your ass. It was fine. I mean, on the scale of like most AEW promos, it's like way on the upper tier. On the scale of Mark Briscoe promos, it's one of the weaker ones.
6 years, still need a sound mixer.
Yeah, I mean, was it? Oh yeah, it was in this next match with Kyle Fletcher and Orange Cassidy, where like Bryan Danielson was like in the echo chamber for a while. Like, all his words were getting repeated, and it was like,
yeah, and it sounded like, at least on my TV, that this Mark Briscoe thing didn't have a boom mic. It just was
and then I think we got it in the in the Renee Monet promo, where it was like everything was like tinny, and yeah, it was bad. But Kyle Fletcher and Orange Cassidy for the TNT title. This was fine. It was shaping up to be like a really good match. It was nowhere near as good as the match that Kyle had on Saturday with Commander. But you know, it had a lot of heat. People were really into it. But then what happened was late in the match, Cassidy's on the top rope, and out comes, I'll say, quote unquote, hologram. Now, as soon as this guy comes out, I'm like, that's not a hologram. Like, he didn't look anything like hologram. I
thought it was Rocky Romero under a mask. To be honest.
He looked thicker. He looked shorter, and he
was limping though. So I'll give him credit for that.
Yeah. And he had a different outfit.
Yes.
It was so. I mean, but the announcers were like, "Oh, it's hologram. It's hologram." Meanwhile, hologram was put out of action. Tony Khan told us that he's going to be out for a long time. You know, and Brian Alvarez on like Wrestling Observer Radio, I think, says he's going to be out like a really long time. But I mean, okay, just in canon, they did say on Collision, like, he's injured and he's not going to be back for the rest of the year. That's from Tony Khan's.
Well, your announcers don't watch the show.
Our announcers announced the show. But so anyways, there, you know, and then Danielson finally was like, I don't know if that's a hologram. After he hit Cassidy and like knocked him off the top rope, and then he crotched him, and then Fletcher hit just this, like, he's gonna kill somebody with this move. He hits a top rope brainbuster, and melted Cassidy and got the pin. And
which would you rather take? The brainbuster or that spinning tombstone?
I'd say the
tombstone. Because I might take that brainbuster instead. I mean, it's just.
I mean, I wouldn't want to take both, but I feel like I'd maybe have a little bit more control over the pile driver. But I don't know. They're both pretty dangerous. But that just looked. Oh my god.
The power bomb looked worse than anything in this match.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I mean,
it looked like he rammed his neck pretty bad.
And to be fair,
I would not be shocked. Yeah.
To be fair, a couple of the moves that Josh Alexander took at the end of that match were way worse than anything in this one. Like I still I can't believe those. And he's got a bad neck.
Yeah.
So they got the win, and then they start putting the boots to Cassidy, and then out comes Roderick Strong, Kyle Fletcher, and Mark Briscoe make the save, and then Don Callis comes out and with his family, and he's got Kazuchika Okada, Konosuke Takeshita, Lance Archer, Rocky Romero, Kyle Fletcher, Hechicero, Josh Alexander, Andrade, and
please hold your applause until all the names have been read. Continue.
And quote unquote hologram, who proceeds to unmask as the camera pans away.
Yeah, that killed me. I was like, what are you doing? They're showing who he is.
Except he had another mask on anyways, so it didn't matter. But he's got a black mask on, so it's clearly not hologram, right? And his name now is El Clone without an E. So it's CLON, El Clone.
Who's a mid-card goofy heel in AEW?
Like all of them?
Oh, yes. Okay.
Tony Nese?
Like one that, okay. I need the Don Callis family to come out. I need Tony Nese to be with them. And everybody's kind of looking at, what are you doing here? I go, oh, I thought everybody from the locker room was just coming out right now.
So we had, I want to say, okay, wait a minute. What do we got here? 1, 2,
Tony Nese is still employed.
4,
Good for him.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there was 10, including Callis. 10 people in this family on stage. And that's not even the whole family. Because we've also got Wardlow. We've got Mark Davis. And we've got Trent.
Yes.
If I'm not forgetting anyone. And I feel like I am. So that's 13.
I'm waiting for the inevitable. We're going to take over AEW promo that I'm never going to get because this family is going to implode from the inside. And we're going to have Callis family versus Callis family of some sort in a civil war.
Well,
I think.
Clearly that's coming with Okada and Takeshita.
Yes. Point, but, and then people in the family, I think, are going to take sides. I don't know.
I mean, Josh Alexander has got to be pissed.
No, he said Lance. He said Lance.
I did say Lance, yeah.
Third.
But Josh has got to be pissed because when he came in, I already thought, okay, well, you're what, number 4 or 5? He's down to like at 7 at best, and maybe 8 or 9.
I need the yearly review where he walks into like Don Callis' office, goes, "Where do you see my career? I mean, how's my job performance been within the Callis family right now?" Well, Josh,
you did.
I know you've been passed over for promotion a few times within the Callis family, but you're still a member of the Callis family.
I don't know that there's been a family this big. I mean, there probably has been, but I thought of like the Heenan family, but I think even that might have been 7 at most.
Devastation Incorporated thinks that this stable's too big.
NWOB team thinks this stable is getting out of hand.
You know who came close to this size? I think is Hot Stuff and Hyatt International in UWF.
Okay.
Before Tatum and Victory left.
Yeah.
Because it was like Tatum, Victory, Terry Taylor, Gary Wolf, Sting, Rick Steiner, Eddie Gilbert, Missy Hyatt. Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. And that worked out really well. Okay, here we got the Renee promo with Mercedes. And so she's going to be the longest running TBS champion of all time in 16 days. They will not say whose record she's breaking. And Renee said, yeah, you're not stupid or dumb. And they should be celebrating me tonight, but instead we're celebrating this stupid company. She didn't
like Curry Head has a really good reference too, because the first family in Memphis when Jimmy Hart was there, they had like about 20 people in that sucker at times.
True. So anyways, the point of this was she's going to defend her TBS title against someone she's never wrestled, and also that is local to Florida, I believe is what she said. And then they brought up the AEW Women's Tag Team title announcement and wondered who her partner's going to be. And then in comes Minnie Monet. And Mercedes is disgusted. Harley is trying to pitch a tag team to her. And Mercedes like, nar. Yeah, nar. Yeah, nar.
I did howl at the line, weren't you a cat?
Yeah. And meanwhile, like it's like I'm thinking like I thought you had a team with Statlander, and of course we'll get to that later. Yeah, so there's going to be an open challenge next week, and that's part of the allure. So that'll keep people from watching NXT to find out who Mercedes' opponent is. I saw someone suggesting, I think it was Dakota Kai, maybe. Like I don't know.
That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. Although I imagine they have wrestled, so. Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Oh, that'd be because they were both in WWE for a long time together.
Yeah, but their paths never crossed. She was in NXT for the longest time. Then when she got brought up, it was with Damage Control, and so
true, and lots of injuries, and
yeah.
So then we got.
All right, stop right here because this transition drove me nuts. If you want to know why I get so angry sometimes, because I almost threw my phone at this one, because the level of emotional involvement in storytelling here sometimes drives me nuts. So you go from Harley Cameron being goofy with the puppet to the uber serious, we're getting rid of the goofy stuff in wrestling Death Riders.
Yeah.
Format your show better. That's what I'm saying.
And this isn't the first time this has happened either. It's not even the 20th. Because I'll always remember that one where John Moxley did this impassioned promo about if you're just here to play games, we're done with you. And then they went to an Outrunners thing.
Yes.
Like in the ring. Like, yeah. So we had
that was Outrunners Bucks, wasn't it, in that tag tournament?
What was that?
That was Outrunners Bucks in that tag tournament that they cut after that promo. Yeah.
So we went to, you mentioned the Death Riders. So it was the Death Riders, which in this case was John Moxley, Claudio, and Daniel, because Wheeler and Marina had other things to do, which we'll get to. And they were facing the Ops, Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs, teaming up with Hangman Adam Page.
Right.
Now, the story here, there was some very subtle things that were going on between Hangman and Joe. Most notably, there was a point where Powerhouse was in the ring and he goes to make a tag, and Hangman reached across for a tag that looked like he was trying to tag Joe, and Hangman jumps in, and Joe is a little pissed off at that. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Maybe, could be the start of something. Maybe, over the next month or two, we'll see some more seeds being dropped, and maybe down the road we could do something.
You've never been funnier on that one.
So yeah, I'm watching for this, and I think I even made the comment in the Discord. Yeah, just keep an eye on this because I think there's something here. Meanwhile, like I'm half an hour behind on the show, so everyone reading it's like, oh, you think? Because by the end of this. And I mean, what happened in this match? It's not even important. This match was, I mean, this was with the level of talent in here, this match was like nothing. And eventually, Page gets the win. He hit the buckshot and a dead eye, I think, on Claudio and got the pin. And meanwhile, Joe is getting more and more pissed off the whole time, and he's not tagging in, and every once in a while they'd show him and he's pissed, and I guess he's still mad about this tag. And the funny thing is after the match they're arguing and Joe mentions the tag, and then later on Hangman's doing a promo and he doesn't know why Joe's mad, and he thinks it's because he dropped his 6-man title when he was trying to hand it to him. I guess he's mad about that. He's like, yes. You're not even listening to this guy. He told you why he was mad.
All right. Everything about this is wrong. And I'll tell you why. Do you remember when the ops were doing that, teasing that split with Hook, and it was because of tags that were too hard or whatever? And you're like, what are we doing here? Joe should have taken the pin in this match and then gotten mad at Hangman because it's not their usual combination. It wasn't for the title, so you didn't need to worry about that.
Right.
Have the miscommunication lead to the fall here, and Joe now is pissed. And now all that old history is coming back in him.
Yeah.
And you know, doesn't have to blow up this week.
Right.
You can just take that and go next week, and on a promo or something, it's still eating at him that they lost. And Hangman may come out and try, or what are you complaining about or whatever?
Yeah.
And it's like maybe they do a second match. Maybe they do a second 6-man match. And then Hangman starts celebrating with his title a little bit more than the 6-man titles. And that's what sets him off. Yeah. Give us the emotional build that we need for these programs instead of, oh, we have to have a super match in 2 weeks. Let's rush this turn real quick for a week and a half before we forget it again when Shibata comes back or whatever. I just, this thing, it felt cloying. It felt rushed. It felt
very rushed.
It felt non-organic to the point of I didn't believe it. That was my problem.
Because I know that after last week, you know, people are wondering, okay, what's next for Hangman? And there was nothing really obvious. You know, I mean, I suppose he could
we just have a stable of 20 heels under Don Callis that we could possibly get to go after Hangman.
I guess he already got his revenge. Except it wasn't even about revenge by the end. Remember, he was all about leveling Kyle up. Yeah, and he mission accomplished. Kyle's leveled up.
Someday you'll be good enough like me, as opposed to you're brain bustering people through tables.
And the problem here is, like, I don't know who I'm supposed to side with here, but I do kind of sympathize with Joe a little bit.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the other problem here is that Joe, the 6-man titles mean a lot to Joe because he's with his boys, he's with tough guys, and he likes that a lot. And here comes old emo cowboy.
Yeah.
Going, look at me, I'm the world champ. Hell yeah, I'm gonna be.
Oh yeah, here's your belt. Ooh, whoops, I dropped it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's your trashy Cracker Jack belt compared to my big world title belt. Hell yeah, I'm gonna be mad at him.
Yeah. So they start arguing immediately. Security's out there because the Death Riders are gone. So the security feels safe to come out because they never come out when the Death Riders are there. But they all come out, they separate them, and fans are chanting, "Let them fight!" And Hobbs is like trying to keep the peace, but Joe is pissed, and Paige is also pissed, and Hobbs
should be mad for Joe.
Yeah, like Hobbs seems conflicted, which there's no reason for Hobbs to be conflicted. You have your guys back, like that's it. Yeah, so we're probably going to end up getting a Hangman Hobbs match, I would bet. Before the pay-per-view.
Next week Hobbs decks Hangman, and that leads to like the match on like the go home.
Yeah. Then we got a weird video package with Jet Speed and Willow, and I don't know what the hell was going on here. They were just talking, like, especially Willow, a mile a minute, and eventually, I guess what happened was Kevin Knight challenged either member of FTR to a match, and Willow said she was going to be there to have their back. And then Stokely responded by saying he doesn't hate anyone more than he hates Nightingale, and we're going to have a surprise for you. And I saw all kinds of speculation, none of which made any sense. So who knows what they're going to do? Maybe they're bringing in a female member. I mean, that would make sense. Although I just assumed Stokely is the female member. You know, like he's not female, but you know what I mean. Like he is
Miss Atlanta Lively type of thing where he comes in drag.
Oh no, I mean it's like a Camille. People were saying, or that I don't know if you've seen her.
Camille would be awesome here, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I forgot she's under contract. Yeah.
I don't think they're going to use her. But there's this woman that they just brought into ROH in the varsity club or whatever they're called, the varsity athletes.
Yeah.
It's what's her name? Or the premier athletes, I should say.
Premier athletes.
Yeah.
Right. Varsity athletes were.
Her name is like she's got a weird name. It's like Story Danelli or something like that.
Yeah, okay, I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
yeah, she's like a monster. But the problem with her is she is nowhere near ready for television. But if she's just going to be a bodyguard, that would be fine because she would tower over all three of these guys. So that could be cool if that's what they're going to do. But I don't know. We'll see, I guess. So this match is going to happen on Collision. It's going to be Kevin Knight against a member of FTR. And the funny thing is like, oh, we're not going to tell you till you're there. Who cares? Like, it's going to be Dax or it's going to be Cash. It doesn't matter which one it is. Like,
I think the surprise is going to be something comedic in nature. Like, I found your yearbook photos, and you're not happy person that we thought you were. Or something like that.
Man, I hope not. So then we get Renee with Hangman, and she asked about Samoa Joe, and he said he's never been this confused in 6 years. Why is Joe having a bitch fit? Is it just because I dropped the title? And it's like, no, you listen to the guy. He told you.
It's because you're a dick. Hangman, how about that?
But he realized it's about more. He wants my title. So I'm grateful to you guys for helping me get this title. If you want a match, all you have to do is ask. Wrestle Dream, let's do it. So we're gonna get the match at Wrestle Dream. Yeah.
Give me some hate.
Yeah, that's like we needed like 2 more weeks, but then the problem is the pay-per-view's in 2 weeks.
We'll have a great match at Wrestle Kingdom.
I think it's like 2 weeks. I think we got 2 more Dynamites
before. It's October 18th. So yeah,
right, 2 more weeks.
Yes.
Yeah. The 15th will be the go home show. That's 2 weeks from today.
Hooray.
Then we got, oh my God, Tony Storm and Ty Mello. Tony comes out and I don't know what she was wearing. We got an inset promo that was awful.
Yes.
Mello. I couldn't understand a word she was saying.
We've never had a match. Let's have a match. It's like, all right, I'd rather see somebody who has.
And the whole time Anna was just like doing this.
Yes.
You know, like making a hand motion for every word Ty said. It was like, and then the
drawing focus is what she was doing. But
exactly. Okay. She's pulling a Nikita Lyons.
That's a good call right there.
Yeah. Oh my God. They can
maybe that'll be the opponent for
oh Mercedes. God, yeah. Or Jakara Jackson. I don't know.
No, that's no. She's part of Team TNT.
That is true. Oh, what's that one they just Jasmine Nix?
Jasmine Nix. Oh, good Lord.
So anyways, Tony's out. She's wearing like a black and white outfit. It's
very Clockwork Orange, but I don't think it was supposed to be.
And I don't know whatever happened to Luther, but he hasn't been around in a while. But they just had it was kind of a boring match, kind of quick. I think they went through a commercial. I'm not sure. Yeah, they did. They went through a commercial. She ended up getting the win with the Sweet Cheek music and the Storm Zero. And then she cuts a promo. And
well, hold on. Before we go into that, there was no reason for this match other than to have a match. I mean, there's any number of heels on that roster you could have gotten to fight Tony Storm.
You know why they had this match?
To have it.
Okay, so there was a lineup. They had a lineup, and I saw it. I heard it. I was listening to Wrestling Observer Radio. I listened to some other shows, and they ran down the lineup. Somebody sent it to me today. Hey, look, we got a lineup. When you looked at the lineup, there's no women's match on the show.
So who's backstage right now?
Yeah, so they had to have a women's match, and so they did this, and so the people with the stopwatches can
again. Tony lives in fear of Sam Shipman.
Yes, as he should.
Bombshells.
As he should, because I would be afraid of her too.
For beating cancer, by the way.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, yes. Absolutely. Hats off, and to her partner Mel, who just got, I believe, her insurance license.
Yeah.
Yeah. So congrats to those two. They'll talk about it on Saturday, I'm sure. Yeah. So yeah, it was like this match had no reason for happening. 2 baby faces. I mean, like there's a locker room of heels. We got a blood and guts. Hey, by the way.
Oh God, here we go.
At the end of Collision, which we still haven't got ratings for, so that doesn't really bode well for how many people might have watched that show, but I'm going to guess like 200,000 would be the over-under, and I might take the under. At the end of that show, which is usually the lowest rated segment, Jamie Hayter made a challenge for blood and guts, and presumably Tekla's group accepted because they smiled, and they announced it. And then I think even yesterday they may have announced a date that this match is going to happen and a location. I think it's November 12th in Raleigh, if I'm remembering correctly. If I'm right, I'm going to give myself a severe pat on the back because I didn't look it up. But that was not mentioned at all on this show. Not once. Not a highlight, not anything. And you would think if you were going to have a women's match on this show, maybe we do something with Jamie Hayter and or Queen Aminata against a member of that team of Tekla's group, because, and then you can talk about blood and guts. But no, we didn't get
this. Is going to be a mid-card blood and guts. I don't see who's going to want to watch an hour of it.
Like, you want to know who the teams are going to be?
I think I know who the teams are going to be.
I can tell you who the teams are going to be.
It's now the heel side is going to be Ford and Megan Bain and the three crazy women.
Yep,
and then the baby face is going to be the same thing almost as the tailgate brawl, but with one other person in it.
It'll be Aminata and Hayter, because they were the two, and then Harley and Chris Statlander.
They're putting the world champ in there. All right.
Yeah, because they're a team. And Willow. There's your teams.
All right.
Yeah, 5-on-5. And then somebody that'll set up the world title match for the next pay-per-view after this one. Somebody will either pin Chris or they'll tag a little too hard and Chris won't like it. And they'll have a pull-apart brawl at the end after they win. And they'll set up a match.
It's testing the limits of my sanity, though, to watch what's going to be like it's going to be an NXT women's style War Games.
I think this will be one of those matches you like. I really do, actually. I think they're going to just go insane, and every single one of them is going to be bleeding. And
I don't like women blading, though. That's the other thing, is I really don't.
No, I think they bleed the hard way. I think they just beat the shit out of each other.
You think it's going to be literal life and death between these two?
Aminata? Come on, man.
I was thinking Sky Blue, but okay.
Oh yeah, that's another one. She's one of the three Spooky Sisters. That's what they should call them. Forget Trowling of Magnus. I like Spooky Sisters. That's a better name. We have some nice shirts on that. Anyways, this match was nothing. Tony won.
No.
And then she did a promo. And the notable thing about this promo is the fans gave her the what treatment, which that's the other thing I was getting messages about too. It's like, are they really effing giving Toni Storm, the most over woman in this division? It was only because of the cadence she was using in her promo. Like that. Yeah, she was using this felt like a Peppermint promo. Yeah, and to her credit, she figured it out and she changed her cadence and they stopped doing it. So they really only did like maybe 3 whats, and then they finally. So, anyways, I also assumed there was some crowd shaming going on with the people who were yelling "what." Could be. But the point here was, I guess she doesn't know. She's nothing without the title, so she says she's not finished with Chris Statlander. She wants her one-on-one. So name the time, name the place, and Storm will be. And then you expect her to say timeless, but she didn't finish, and she dropped the mic and the screen faded to black. And I don't know if this means we're going to get a character change for her because she didn't say timeless. Yeah. Which is odd because when Chris Statlander did a promo later, she was using all the alien shit again. Yeah. Did you notice? Yeah. She called herself the cosmic being, and Harley called it Planet Stat, or, like it was. Everybody's having identity crisis in women's wrestling. We got not Bayley just women. You got the Acclaimed going back together, Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. We're gonna get Swerve come back, and he's gonna want to team with Keith Lee. Swerve in Our Glory. Remember them? God, you remember how we're gonna have the Undisputed Era back or some reason? Remember how freaking over Keith Lee was on that first Dynamite when he was like throwing around Private Party like they were beach balls? Yeah. Good times. And we got a promo from Eddie Kingston. Apparently he's facing Jalistico this week on Collision. And then we got Sammy Guevara, who it's weird because it was a pre-recorded video, but it was clearly done today because they had the 6-year Dynamite logo in the background. I don't know why they didn't do it live. Maybe they don't trust him. I don't know. But anyways, like it's an Eddie Kingston Jalisco match, but the feud is Eddie Kingston and Sammy, which is weird because these two have had backstage heat in the past. So I guess we're supposed to remember that and play off of that. And
Jalisco?
No,
and
Sammy and Eddie, and Jalisco's partners with Sammy, which there might have been 7 people watching this that knew that they were in the same stable, because Sammy is now part of LFI. Someone in our Discord saw this video. I don't
think Andrade will be back in LFI if Sammy's there.
I don't think so either. No, he's already in the Callis family. We know.
Well, I know that, but they had a fight backstage too.
Well, they're pretty much an ROH group, so it's weird. But I guess we're going to see Sammy on Collision because he'll be cornering Drolistico, I assume. And I assume we're going to get Eddie and Sammy at the pay-per-view, which interesting. Then we get Renee with Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs. And she just asked about Paige. And Joe cut a great promo. And he basically just said he's been preoccupied with the Death Riders. And I forgot who I am. And I think Paige forgot it too. And he says, Paige has never beaten me. And no matter what day that the two of us have ever been on the earth, you've never once been better than me. And so, yeah, I accept it. And what we're going to do at the pay-per-view is not just going to be cowboy shit, but you're in deep shit. And after this promo, they announced the match was official at WrestleDream.
Joe can always talk him into the building, can't he?
Joe's great. Joe's great. And I mean, this match, I already bought the pay-per-view because I bought a bundle. But they're on watch with me right now with these
Suit Joe is still my favorite AEW champion.
Oh, remember those vignettes they did for a couple of weeks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Those are glorious times.
Invest in character work, Tony.
Yeah. And he's an actor. He's a legit actor. He's got a screen card and everything. And then, you know, what's funny is they were about halfway through the show. And they were doing a really good job all night of running down the card of what's going to be coming up. I want to give them credit for that. Although eventually I figured out what the main event was going to be, and I wondered if people were going to stick around for it. But at about halfway through the show, they added a match to the thing, and it was GOA versus Swirl with Ricochet on commentary. And my immediate thought, I don't know if you had the same thought, is this why we need an extra half hour so we could do this match? I mean, if we had our regular episode of Dynamite, we could have done everything and eliminated this, and it would have been about the same length.
We need to plug the street fight for next week.
I guess
I guess.
Yeah.
And Swirl are heels.
So, but the problem with Swirl.
But they were back in catering, so we can put them on TV because they can do decent matches.
Did you watch Collision?
No.
Okay. We had a match on Collision, and it was Swirl. It was against Anthony Bowens and Max Caster.
Mm-hmm.
And Anthony Bowens and Max Caster were not the Acclaimed. They could not get along. Anthony Bowens kept trying to leave, and Jerry Lynn wouldn't let him. And eventually, and they were like nincompoops. They couldn't get on the same page at all. And yet somehow they still managed to beat these two fools. So a team of guys.
That's always my favorite. That's always my favorite kind of match is, they're incompetent, but they beat the team that were okay.
Right. So this is the thing. So these two jobbers can't even beat the two losers who never beat anyone. Both of them, they never beat anyone. They can't get along. So, I mean, really, they should have lost the match. They really should have. But they beat Swirl. And now Swirl is out there having a competitive match against Gates of Agony on Dynamite. And they went through a commercial break. And, I mean, it was mostly just a showcase for GOA, but it went too long. Eventually,
they should have baby-faced Swirl before the match. Have them cut a promo and have them call Ricochet bald, and then we'd be interested.
Except they're heels, so I don't know.
I know that. Make him a babyface for a night.
No, they should have just squashed these guys and then done the promo.
Or put Private Party in there and kill
him. Yeah, why not? Or Varsity Athletes, or they could have done Varsity Athletes. You could have had Mark, whatever.
You could have done that frat house crew or whatever, 2 of them. In there.
Yeah. But so Khan hits a corner cannonball, and then they open the gates on Lee Johnson and got the win. So this was all a setup.
Speaking of, are they baby faces or heels?
Yeah. Out comes the Hurt Syndicate, who I gotta admit, I did not think we were gonna see again after the pay-per-view.
I didn't either.
Yeah. So they come out, all 3 of them. Bobby Lashley is dressed like he is the bodyguard for a pimp on the Deuce. And he's out there with Shelton Benjamin and MVP. Am I wrong?
No.
Yeah, okay. And so he's out there. He does all the talking. And
Jack Colonel Mustard is what I was thinking.
Yeah, I did think that too. So he says at All Out, I embarrassed myself. I owe an apology to every fan of the Hurt Syndicate because I allowed a bald booty shaker and his backup dancers to beat MVP. And I was thinking maybe I've lost a step, but no, I know I can still fight. But I don't wrestle for 3 counts, so I want a no DQ street fight. And Ricochet's in the ring, and Khan, and he wants to fight, and Ricochet's holding him back. And then MVP said, just pipe down or I'll call Bandito out here again to throw your bitch asses around. It was a good line. And so next week, we're going to do this on the whatever it is, Title Tuesday, apparently, which they've announced 3 matches, one of which is for a title.
MVP had to get the 305 over.
He ran down a bunch of different areas.
I do need I need the cutoff muscle shirts. I need knee pads over jeans. I need weight belts. I need some Crockett 85 in my life, kids. Let's do this.
Ricochet needs to bleed.
Yes.
Yeah. And I assume this is where Hurt Syndicate's going to get their win back, but maybe not. Who knows?
I assume that if they've decided not to renew at least one of those contracts, this is how they write them out.
Could be. Then we got Alicia, or no, sorry, Renee.
Oh, and by the way, we are past 7 o'clock by this point, and we are going into what I thought was overtime, but then it turned out that this show was 2.5 hours.
Right, but for most people, like if you're used to a 2 hour,
it was only 10 minutes longer than the usual time.
But this was like the main event segment was Gates of Agony and Swirl. Like they wrestled till 10 o'clock Eastern, which is normally the main event. So if you're watching, you're like, really? What's on the other channel? But they were pumping up that, we're gonna have the mixed tag is gonna be the main event. So anyways, we got an interview, Renee with Chris Statlander, and she says, in 6 years I've never gone one-on-one with Tony Storm, so if you want the answer you're looking for, you can have your match at Wrestle Dream. Harley Cameron shows up, and she's trying to pitch Statlander for a tag team, but she's still got her Monet puppet. And Statlander's like, what is that? She's, nothing. Don't worry about it. Yeah. And her timing is awesome. But she did make a couple. She called herself the Cosmic Colossus or something. And I think she said she was the supreme being. And Harley made a reference to Planet Statlander. And she did have some of the makeup too that she had when she was an alien. So I really hope maybe that was just for the anniversary show. They're just trying to do a little throwback, and we'll go back to normal Chris next week because nobody wants.
She wasn't an original, so I guess they could.
She kind of was. I mean, she wasn't there on. She wasn't on day one, but but she was like the first month, or maybe not.
That final Statlander, I was just like, protect Harley at all costs, please.
Because remember, we ran one of the shows we reviewed was from like the first year, and and like the first couple months, and she wrestled.
And she was booping. Yeah, she was booping at the time
with Brandy, booping with Brandy.
Oh yes. Oh, when Brandy was doing the cutting a piece of somebody's hair off for.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Then we got Alicia Toot, and she's with the Callis family, and this is where they're arguing. And so they so it's Brodido they're facing next week. So I don't know if that's a title match. Maybe it is.
I think it is. Yeah.
So there is 2 title matches then. They did not do a very good job of promoting this because they never mentioned it again. At the end of the show, when Excalibur was doing his rundown, he only mentioned the Mercedes match. So, but yeah, I guess maybe it's title match, maybe it's non-title. I mean, if it's a title match, that's kind of a big deal. But
and you know what we're gonna get? We're gonna get Joe Hangman.
What?
Out of Takeshita and Okada.
How?
It's going to be the same type of thing.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I thought you were
tagging too hard.
Yeah.
Giving each other mean mugs. It's like,
well, they were doing that in this thing. And then, of course, the tweets had to point that out too. These freaking tweets have got to go. That they're putting on the screen. The biggest problem with that I have with them is they're way too big. Like they take up like a third of the screen. Like it's crazy, and then it's just the most cringeworthy things other than Lady B that you see.
Yeah, be careful.
So then we got the main event, which was a mixed tag match. Chris Statlander, Darby Allin against Marina Shafir and Wheeler Yuta.
I hated this.
I did too. This literally was probably one of the worst main events in Dynamite history.
It was set pieces and gore. And I'm just
it wasn't even really gore. Like there wasn't that much
gore, but the thumbtack spot after I've already sat through MJF and Briscoe doing thumbtacks. Now I'm watching Marina Shafir get like bare feet full of them, and I was just like,
she started wrestling the match in like thong sandals, and then somehow lost them, and then that's when she took the feet first bump into the tacks. It was so lame because we just saw the pay-per-view where like the ring was covered in them. Wheeler brings out this tiny little bag and drops, 30 thumbtacks and everyone, they had these about 9 chairs in the middle of the ring and they took a couple bumps under there. Wheeler was like hitting moves on Chris Statlander, which I didn't really like. She ended up winning in the end, so I guess that's good, but I didn't really need to see that. Marina is not very good.
No.
Mostly she just brawled with Stat. I mean, she didn't really do anything with Darby, I don't think. Wheeler and Marina did a few spots together. And it was, it was just I don't know. It was just kind of a bunch of stuff happened. There's no real story to the match at all.
I would agree. There's a problem with the Death Riders in that. It's just kind of like, okay, we're going to rerun Moxley and Darby. And so we're all in a holding pattern while we wait to see who wins that and then probably rerun it again. There's also just a lack of fun on this show that we kind of talked about this on Shake Them Ropes a little bit because my improv partner, who's also a filmmaker, came in there and he goes, and we're both Crockett kids.
Right.
And he asked the question, who's having fun on this show? Harley's having fun. I think Mercedes is having fun. Tony from time to time is having fun.
Brodido maybe.
I think Brodido maybe, but it was an interesting question I hadn't thought about because like Flair looked like he was having the time of his life every time he came out on screen.
The Bucks, ironically, I suppose.
I think the Bucks have that detached. We're having too much fun, and we're not focusing on our job and what we're supposed to be doing. Kind of fun.
Yeah. But other than that, it's all like, I
think Moxley is too. I think Moxley is having a blast doing this.
Oh, yeah. And Darby, too, probably. Although, that's not the tone of their feud at all. But, I'm sure it's what they both really love doing.
Yes, it's what they really want to do.
So, anyway, the match, ended when Statlander hit a 450 on both Marina and Yuta at the same time. Allin hit a coffin drop on Yuta and got the win. So then Tony Storm wanders down to ringside with as little emotion as possible. Statlander gets in her face.
She's supposed to be playing catatonic, I think.
Yeah, and they're both like just kind of looking at each other, and then they just all of a sudden start punching. And the punches came out of nowhere, like the feud. And then security was out immediately. And then Allin is in the ring with Yuta, and he's like beating him with the belt. And then Pac shows up and just blindsided him. So I kind of figure we're probably going to get Darby and Pac next week on the show. They haven't announced it yet, but I'll bet you they do. And then John Moxley and Claudio showed up. Moxley said at Wrestle Dream, you got zero chance of doing what needs to be done to win. Never say die. I don't know how, but you're going to, for the first time, you're going to say the words, I quit. And then Pac hit him with a lariat to close the show. And that was that. So we got Collision. Go ahead.
Well, I was just thinking about this because it's only 2 weeks until this match. It's a shame because, and this is something else we discussed, because both coming from different sides, Brian is a big Magnum TA fan. I'm a big Tully fan. So we talk about the I Quit match all the time. Mm-hmm. And there were 6 months of promos almost where it's like, can you really call yourself a man if you say I quit? And the ramifications of saying I quit and whatnot. And I need more of that. And Moxley can do it. And it was very close here, but man, I just want the A. You know what? Yeah, you're the scrappy underdog, but for once, I'm going to make you disappoint yourself. You know, that kind of thing. Just really get into to Darby's head and start doing that. And we're not going to get that. And so it's just one of those things where I'm like, an I quit match, especially in this manly alpha male fake community theater sport that we love.
Yeah.
Should be one of those things where it's just like the stakes. You can feel it. And if you say I quit, and unfortunately, I think Rock and Mankind kind of ruined I quit matches for about 20 years, but here we are again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I weep for the lack of build for me.
Yeah. And I mean, there really was no logical reason to do an I Quit match other than, you know, you just figure, well, it's another excuse.
He just climbed Everest.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to quit in a wrestling match?
No. And Moxley just beat him. So, I mean, is Darby going to do anything to Moxley to get him to quit? Probably not.
Like literally the hardest thing on planet Earth, climbing Mount Everest. Oh, we're going to do an I Quit match.
Yeah. So Collision, and it's 1 hour early this week. I don't know why, but it is. So Eddie Kingston, Jalistico, Kevin Knight against a member of FTR. And then next week, Title Tuesday, Mercedes Moné against someone from Florida, the Hurt Syndicate and the Demand in a no DQ street fight, and Brodido against Okada and Takeshita. Not sure if that's a title match or not. So that's what we got. So Jeff, you and I are going to be back tomorrow.
Special guest star on Shake Them Ropes this week, Paul Fontaine.
Hey,
getting to ride in the sidecar while I drive. Hopefully some news happens so that I can fill that segment. The lazy river of wrestling criticism will be all the fallout from this NXT PLE and the builds and the weekly TV and the thing. At least Asuka and Io are doing good work here.
I watched
Vader. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I watched 7 big shows over the last 2 weeks, and I'll rank them on your show.
Oh God, rankings, that'll bring the kids in. Paul has also selected Vader Club this week, so we're gonna watch Hanma versus Ishii from New Beginning 2015.
Have you seen that match?
Probably in 2015.
I saw it, and I have distinct memories of when I saw it. I watched it almost live, and it just I was shocked. So yeah, I haven't watched it since. So I'm looking forward to. I'll watch it, and we'll give our.
I read some tertiary reviews of it, and they just said it's two uncles smacking the crap out of each other. So I'm here for it.
Yeah, and this is before Hanma fell apart. So
yeah,
he was still, but he wasn't he wasn't Ishii. This was very out of character for probably the best match Hanma ever had. So
let's leave him wanting more. You can explain why you love this match on Shake Them Ropes, which should drop in your podcatchers sometime probably Friday.
All right, and then I'll be back on Monday with Garrett on the Takedown, which apparently is one of the more popular shows on this network. So I didn't know that, but cool. And then I think I'm doing Wrestling Observer Radio with Dave and Garrett on Saturday because there's a UFC, and we'll also be talking Hall of Fame. Yeah, which Dave wants my thoughts. I don't think he's going to want them after he hears them, but so Yeah, we got
my thoughts on the Hall of Fame if you want. He won't want to hear those either.
And then I guess I don't know what we're doing next week, so stay tuned. I'll update everyone on Twitter.
Oh, that's right.
We'll have to decide.
Tuesday, isn't it?
It's Tuesday, so I don't know if we'll do the show Wednesday and then maybe even talk about NXT too, or if we'll just do it regularly.
I will say I am available to go live if we need to
on Tuesday.
Yes.
Okay. The problem with Tuesday is it's date night. So but I can usually finish in time that I can still watch Dynamite. But
shit, Paul. Now I got to get a date. Thanks.
No. But we go out for supper, and we usually don't get back till like an hour after Dynamite
Just move
start.
on. Just move on.
Right.
Oh God.
All right. So we'll be back next week. I just don't know when. So for Jeff, I've been Paul, and this has been the Dynamite Show.